Good evening. My name is Amber Quinn, and I'm a 34-year-old veteran of the United States Air Force, mother of 5, and devoted wife of almost 16 years now. I am also the grateful recipient of intravenous immunoglobulin therapy, also known as IVIG. For those of you who may not know what immunoglobulin therapy is, the scientific explanation is something like this: a plasma product derived of thousands of donors containing antibodies that help fight disease and infection in the recipient. It is used to fight many diseases and disorders of the immune system, like severe autoimmune disease and primary immunodeficiency. But for people like me, it is so much more than this. When I was diagnosed with primary immunodeficiency in November of last year, I can honestly say I had never heard of it. So like any red-blooded American, I whipped out my phone and Googled the symptoms. What I found sent me into a tailspin of grief like I had never known. The statistics were, in a word, devastating. Yet there was no denying the diagnosis. It read like my medical biography. Born far underweight and with no detectable white blood cells, I was promptly flown to Seattle Children's, where I underwent a battery of testing that was inconclusive at best. In the years following, my childhood was more or less normal. My mother, as many people did, just thought some children are more healthy than others. And although I struggled with constant infections, including pneumonia, ear, and other respiratory, for the most part, I thrived in school and seemed to do well enough. On occasion, my caring grandmother would drag me to her small town doctor and ask why in the world I needed antibiotics every other month. All she got for her troubles was a pat on the back and some platitude resembling, "Don't worry so much, asthma is a normal childhood illness, she may even grow out of it." The opposite was true, however. My health got more and more complicated in adulthood. I began to suffer pneumonias that required IV antibiotics over long periods of time to beat. I even had my first battle with septicemia, an infection of the blood with only about a 50% survival rate when I was only 25 years old. That was when I began asking any doctor who would listen, why was I sick so often? By this time, I couldn't go more than a month or two without a massive infection racking my body. It took almost 8 years later to find my answer. And I will never forget when I sat in that dated office across from this elderly allergy doctor with a thick Spanish accent. She had mountains of wisdom and knowledge, not so much bedside manner. Very matter-of-factly, she informed me how my immune system was woefully inadequate. Without treatment, my chances of serious cancers like lymphoma and leukemia were 11 times that of the general population. Also, my risk from early death from infection was staggering. She made it clear there was no cure and no remission from this disease. It would only progress with age. I could look forward to many hospitalizations, surgeries, and endless infection. But there was one treatment that could significantly lengthen my life and improve my health. The only way to fight this disease. So I began the battle that would take me a lifetime to fight. The first time I watched that little glass bottle of immunoglobulin enter my tubing, I was struck by the magnitude of the gift I was receiving. This gift cannot be synthesized and is only found coursing through the veins and hearts of some extremely generous people. People who give of their own lifeblood a gift that can never be repaid completely. A gift that is so much more than what is naturally produced within their bodies. What they are truly giving people such as myself is a chance to fight. A chance to live longer, healthier lives and more time. More time to raise my children, to be a wife, a mother, a teacher, a daughter, and better health to accomplish my goals and dreams. In closing, I leave you here with an enigma I have yet to solve myself. How do you say thank you for the gift of time and health? Put another way, how do you express gratitude for a debt you did not accrue and could never repay? I have a sneaking suspicion there is no appropriate way, so suffice it to say thank you. Thank you to those who donate their blood and plasma from a life that was changed.